We were originally Buddhas, why are we not Buddhas now? We have made the mind being delusional. It is said in the scriptures that being deluded, not really lost, and it is decided that you cannot really lose it. Even if you become a hungry ghost, become an animal, or fall into a Vichy hell, your nature and mind has not been lost, it is just being deluded. You have the true heart, have the nature, but cannot be perceived, cannot be discovered because of such a thing. After we are confused, we don't call it mind, nor do we call it nature, so what is it called? In Buddhism, it is called consciousness, emotion consciousness. Emotional consciousness is mind. When the mind is deluded, we call it emotional consciousness by another term. When we are enlightened, we call it mind. What is the mind like? How can we recognize it? The Buddha told us that the form of mind is empty, it is not a substance, but it does exist. All material phenomena are transformed from it, and it is the root of life in the universe. Where did life in the universe come from? Due to the appearance of the mind. Therefore, the Buddha said in the Avatamsaka Sutra, the 10 Dharma realms are upright and adorned, and only manifested from the mind. This is what our true mind manifests. Why is the realm that emerges so complicated and has so many changes? That change is a change of consciousness, and there are so many changes when you are deluded. In the 10 Dharma realms, from the top, there are Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Pratyekabuddha, and Shravakas, and from the bottom are the 6 realms. The further you go down, the deeper you are deluded. The more you go up, the shallower you are deluded. All of them are deluded. If he is not fascinated, he is a Buddha and not an ordinary person. The 10 Dharma realms are also called ordinary people, and the Buddhist scriptures are called outer ordinary people. The 6 realms are inner, and the ordinary people in the 6 realms are usually called ordinary people, and the inner ones are not added. But outside the 6 realms, the 4 holy Dharma realms of the 10 Dharma realms, we call outer ordinary people, are still ordinary people, without seeing nature, without restoring one's original mind. Therefore, it is a true fact that the mind is the Buddha. Our Pure Land became a Buddha and practiced. The theoretical basis for becoming a Buddha is here, because we are originally a Buddha. Now we are deluded. How can we break through the confusion and become enlightened? To regain our original face, the original face is the Buddha. Therefore, the training method of Pure Land is wonderful. There are 84,000 Dharma doors and countless Dharma doors. Among the 84,000 Dharma doors, this Dharma door is the most complete, perfect, unique, most direct, most secure, and fastest. What is this method? It is the mind that becomes a Buddha. How? To chant the Buddha's name is to become a Buddha. It is exactly what Mahasthamaprapta Bodhisattva said, teaching us to remember Buddha and chant Buddha. If you chant Buddha in your mouth and think of Buddha in your mind, you are becoming a Buddha. How do you think about Buddha? Think of the Buddha's good appearance, think of the Buddha's dignity, think of the Buddha's merits. And think of the Buddha's cultivation while he was still an ordinary. Think about the achievements of the Buddha in the ground of fruition. Think about the Buddha's salvation of all sentient beings. And think about the immeasurable and boundless merits and virtues of the Buddha. It is good to often think about this. Your mind is to become a Buddha. Therefore, you must be familiar with the Infinite Life Sutra. The method I teach you is that at the beginning, we recite this sutra 3,000 times in a year. If 1 year is not enough, 2 or 3 years are enough. 3 years is enough time. Read it 3,000 times, and read it well. After you are familiar with the recitation, you will be able to remember the Buddha, and only then will you be able to truly become a Buddha. Don't think about anything else 24 hours a day. Just think about the righteousness and solemnity of the paradise of ultimate bliss. How do you think? What is said in the scriptures, always remember in your mind, and often think about the realm in the scriptures. You are really practicing. And you will implement all kinds of merits and virtues in this book, such as things, nature, appearance, cause, effect, dependence, and righteousness. In your life, you have achieved everything, so why don't you become a Buddha? This is thus completely corresponding to that is completely corresponding to the principle of the mind that is Buddha. You see how wonderful this method is. There is a theoretical basis for becoming a Buddha by reciting the Buddha's name, and it is not something that is said casually. Venerable Ananda personally listened to what Shakyamuni Buddha said about such a wonderful method. With these two words, thus, we must learn in this way, and implement the principles, methods, and realms of the entire sutra into practice right in our minds.